Hello, I'm Roberta Connolly, and I want to talk to you today about a program that I've created called Cleansing the Character. And it's a program that I've created because in the past I did quite a bit of theatre in my early days. And as I learned my craft over a period of some time, I discovered that the best way for me to communicate my message was to be that person. And so I would take that risk to be there, to think like that person, to feel like that person, and to experience the emotions and behaviours of that person. And initially, I suppose that produced really good results. Certainly on stage, it produced good results. And as I took on more and more difficult roles and rehearsed and laid down all those triggers and feelings and emotions and behaviours and rehearsed them again and again and again, eventually some of those emotions and behaviours became part of me. So I was taking them home and I was living them, even though they really were not part of me. They weren't part of who I am in my life. And I was unable to let them go. They'd become part of me. And I didn't really understand the implications of that initially. But as it went on, I got to a stage where there were roles that I just didn't want to take because I just didn't want to go there. I was almost what I'd call full of, and just I didn't want to. And over the last 6-7 years, I've been studying and practicing as a hypnotherapist. And during the early part of that time, I did a lot of work on myself, mainly because in order to practice, you really have to be clean. So I realised as I did the work on myself what I'd been carrying. And so then as I realised what had been happening for me, I was thinking, well, what about some of those actors out there really who take on those really difficult roles again and again and again? How do they get rid of what they've taken on, what they've rehearsed, what they've practiced, what they've anchored in there into their own emotional state? And I realised that some actors are not actually able to do that, able to let them go, because of the rehearsal cycle, the rehearsal process, and the fact that you want to be that role for that length of time. They're there now in your psyche, those behaviours. So I decided to create a program to help actors let go of those roles, that particularly those roles that have difficult emotional and behavioural aspects to them. So I've created a program, I've called it Cleansing the Character, and it's a program for actors. Obviously you're not going to want to do this while you're still playing the role, but when you finish, when you let the character go and you know you're not going to be playing it again, and you want to release those emotional connections to the role and the behaviours that go with those connections, then you might be interested in coming to see me to let go of what you've learned. So if you find that you are taking home parts of a character that you played, or you've taken on and carried with you through life parts of a character, and you'd like to let them go and just go back to being you, then give me a call. I'm at Seddon Hypnotherapy Centre, and the program is called Cleansing the Character, and I think it'll help you in being able to return to the real you.